Your first warrior, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 163 centimeters tall, weighing at 51.3 kilograms. He's 23 years old, fighting out of India with a record of 2 wins, no losses. Give it up for Sonny Khatri. His opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 163 centimeters tall, weighing at 51.9 kilograms. He's 22 years old, fighting out of Bahrain with a record of 0-0. Give it up for Mohamed Atif.
It is Sonny Khatri in the all black, and in the black and red, Mohamed Atif.
That was a nice little feeling out period, but Mohamed Atif stalking his opponent already.
No, he definitely has the crowd behind him. You got to believe a lot of pressure on the back of Mohamed Atif to start off this event with a bang and to represent KHK MMA.
Atif looks very relaxed, opening up with the switch kick. Again, he's just cool, calm, and he's having fun in there.
You talk about the speed, but you got to also talk about the power. As you can see, looking on, Sheikh Khalid, his creation, the Brave Combat Federation. Still pushing the pace, though, holding on to the center of the cage, Mohamed Atif.
Nice body shot right there by Atif.
So how'd you like that opening ceremony, Shorty? Pretty amazing stuff here to kick things off. Hats off to our production team and everybody that made this happen, because insane, just absolutely insane.
I'm jealous. I want to walk out.
No doubt about it. Haven't really seen a whole lot of exchanges yet. Both fighters taking their time in round number 1, trying to establish their range, trying to find the timing. Could he have him up against the fence? And here we go, big left.
Sonny shakes his head like it didn't hurt, but it landed.
3 5-minute rounds in this one in the strawweight division. Not a whole lot of places you can go to find these strawweight fights, you know, but everybody here at Brave wants to give even the smallest competitors a place to fight here under the Brave banner.
Atif, he's the most experienced veteran out of the two. Again, he's throwing his counters. He seems so relaxed. And Sonny, he's on his bike, moving around, but he's trying to pick his shots wisely.
Time ticking away here in round number 1. Giving the fans a little thumbs up. Khatri doing a great job of moving around, sneaking in those low kicks, just trying to establish some points here in round number 1. And here we go. Atif push the pace, but you know what? Sonny Khatri doing what he needs to do. Staying moving. He's not going to stay in one place up against the cage and just let Mohamed Atif just start teeing off.
Yeah, Atif's opening up a little bit. He's being a little more aggressive. He's pushing the pace right now. Decides to open up with the high kick, but Sonny seems pretty confident. After every single combination, he's smiling. Again, this is a fun battle.
Tell you, India has turned into a great breeding ground for fighters. A lot of tough young fighters are coming from the India region, as well as right here in Bahrain from KHK and, of course, out of the Middle East. But India really starting to become a good place to bring these fighters out of. MMA taking over the world, to say the least.
Definitely.
Oh, big left. He lands the left and goes to the body. Atif going right back to the body. Smart move by the debut fighter.
And the good thing is Atif's changing his levels. He's not just head hunting, he's going high and low and keeping Sonny disgruntled.
Really working that body, Shorty. You don't see that enough in MMA, period. Working the body and attacking the body, and we're seeing that right now out of Mohamed Atif. Oh, playing with him a little bit of a taunt.
Who's he saying hello to?
Sonny Khatri, though, just, you know, not phased at all. He's hanging in there, but at some point he's going to have to go on the attack, and he's going to have to try to score points.
Yeah, you can showboat all you want, but those leg kicks are going to take a toll eventually. And
You
that's
better
something
believe
you
it.
don't want to take. Again, like you said with the body shots, I'd rather take a headshot any day. Body shots definitely take a toll, and it can ruin a fight.
Muhammad Atif trying to establish that timing, trying to pick his spot. Big shot. Oh, big combination. Ducks out of the way, and Atif back on the attack. Throws the big high kick. Now frustration setting in. Muhammad Atif. And here we go, our head official, Scott Manhart, getting things started with round number 2. Muhammad Atif and Sonny Khatri. Beautiful kick to the body by Khatri, sneaking him in there. Now actually showing a little bit more desperation, showing a little bit more initiative, and it looks like there may have been a unintentional low blow. They're going to go to neutral corners, and he's going to try to shake that one off. Getting boos from the crowd, but until you go in there and you take one of those and you move them around a little bit, you don't quite understand, do you?
I've seen people get hit in the groin and actually stop fighting because they just can't do it anymore. The pain is just too significant.
And the fight resumes. Sonny Khatri comes right back out. By the way, let me officially congratulate you on winning that title under KHK. Fantastic showing, and still undefeated. You're doing pretty good work out there.
Well, thanks, man. Oh,
here we
and
go.
a nice right.
Here comes the little hook. Putting in work. Sonny Khatri, can he survive the onslaught?
And Atif's going high and low, landing nice body shots.
Beautiful variation. Nice overhand right. Oh, he is dialed in,
Nice jab.
Shorty.
Ooh.
Really setting him up.
Nice cross.
Big shots. Sonny Khatri gets out of there quickly. Trying to separate and get off of the fence. Like we talked about, Sonny Khatri's going to have to stay mobile. He's going to have to show better counters. He's not willing to counter any of these punches. He's just taking them. It just seems like he might be a little outmatched for the tenacity that Atif's bringing.
And again, Atif has a few fights under his belt. You know, Sonny so far only has 2. He's still growing, but this is a learning experience. You win or you learn.
Beautiful body kick by Muhammad Atif. One after another. They're adding up, Shorty. They are adding up.
And Sonny now is just playing defensive. He's taking his shots and trying to circle away. What he needs to do.
How bad does Sonny Khatri want it? That's the question. Is he willing to be in this fight and really fight it out?
What Sonny needs to do, he needs to start throwing more combinations to get Atif on his heels and a little more pressured into going in.
Oh, and here he comes once again, the little hawk. He wants to get the finish. You know he does. You know he wants to not only impress the crowd here, but the Sheikh sitting up there in his seat. He would love to do him proud for the KHK MMA banner. Nice leg kick. Really, really changing levels. Going to the body, going to the head.
Yeah, it's a beautiful body shot again. Atif's one of his biggest role models is Frankie Edgar, and you can tell in his style, he's moving just like him, moving back and forth, going high and low, and just pushing the pace.
Frankie Edgar, of course, has made the trip to Bahrain. And for what I could tell, and for what I've heard, he absolutely loved it, had a great time out here. And
beautiful push kick. These kicks might not hurt now, but they're going to hurt in the morning.
slowing down once again. Muhammad Atif. Oh, and here we go with the takedown attempt, and it's thwarted. Sonny Khatri, no dice on that one.
Good takedown defense. And Sonny's now starting to shoot. That shows he doesn't want to take any more shots. He knows he's losing the stand-up game, and he wants to take it to the ground to see what happens there.
Hashtag Brave MMA and hashtag I am Brave if you're following along at home, watching on bravefights.com. We talked about all the fighters on the card that are representing KHK. It's not just Atif. Of course, Eldar Eldarov is on the card. Franz Malambo is on the card. And the one that everybody's really waiting on is Hamza Koyesh. Everybody wants to see that fight.
Hamza Koheji, Bahrain's own. He's going to come forward in his fight, and I'm excited to see that as well. That's all Muhammad's been doing, is just moving forward, high, low, high, low. So far, he's easily winning this fight.
And we come to the final seconds of round number 2. Still dominating is the Little Hawk. Sonny Khatri not willing to engage, not willing to take charge. And now at this point, he has his game right behind the 8 ball, as you see the shake. Watching on. What a great way to start Brave if he can see one of his KHK guys.
As we saw, he did try to do a takedown, and that's because he's desperate. He's losing the stand-up battle. He wants to take him down to the ground to see what happens there. But right now, he's losing 2 rounds and, nothing. So what he has to do is he has to either knock him out or tap him out. So we'll see what happens.
Such a big opportunity. You made reference to that in our opening remarks, how big of an opportunity it is for these international fighters to really make an impression on a really big stage. And right now, Sonny Khatri is going to have to show the matchmakers here and show everybody at Brave that he wants to be a part of this show. He's going to have to fight. He's going to have to push it.
It definitely is. And this stage is so much bigger than what anyone expected it to be, mainly for your first show. It's an amazing opportunity for all these guys, so much promotion, and it's just going to get bigger and grow from here.
Oh, man, it blew me away when I came in and I saw this arena, the Khalifa Sports City, and what they had done with the ramp. And it's amazing.
I just want to walk out. I just want to walk out really bad.
I know you do. Take a look at that replay. It was just one after another by the Little Hawk, changing levels, going to the body, and battling out. Now it is 3rd round action. Right back to it. 5 minutes left in this one. Can Muhammad Atif put a stamp on this one and finish his opponent? Not worried at all, keeping his hands low, not worried about the power, not worried about the striking of Khatri, and you can't blame him because Khatri's just not showing us anything.
Yeah, again, he's on his heels. Even if he throws a punch, it's not going to have any power into it. Atif so far is just moving forward, very comfortable, and he's getting a little cocky, and I wish he'd keep his hands up, but he's throwing, so that's all that matters right now.
Right back at it is the Little Hawk. Another big combination. Sonny Khatri
right.
has no answer.
Nice leg kick.
You know, when you look at the explosiveness of Atif, he seems like a guy that could get the finish. Like, he has that skill set. He can make that happen. It's just all putting it together. This is his first professional fight. I mean, I'm sure you can remember it wasn't too long ago that you had your first pro fight. Some of the butterflies going into, some of the nervousness. I mean, it has to be insane.
I can tell you I was more anxious than I've ever been in my entire life. You know, I have a 25-1 amateur record, but you only have your pro debut once, and there's never making that up. It's a huge learning experience for everyone. Muhammad Atif's definitely going to look back at the film if he doesn't finish this fighter and go, I could have done this, I could have done that, but again, we all learn through the process.
Atif pushing the pace, keeping the fans happy here in Bahrain. Oh, looking for a big high kick.
You know, Sonny's tough, man. He's trying his best. He's trying his best to move forward, but Atif is just too aggressive for him.
Doesn't quite have the speed. I think that's the big difference, the explosiveness and the speed from Atif. Even when he throws his strike, Sonny Khatri just doesn't seem to have speed behind it.
And mainly at these small weight classes, you need the speed to keep up with these guys. And again, it's a learning experience, still learning through it, but Sonny's moving away. Again, he's just trying to run right now, just trying to survive and finish the round. Doesn't look like he wants to knock out Atif. He's trying with his counters, but his counters seem like he just wants to get Atif away instead of actually knocking him out.
Frustrating the little hawk. And right back to it here. A momentary stop by a referee, making
Comes
sure.
in with the flying knee. He's having too much fun in there.
Mohamed Atif just toying with Sonny Khatri. He wants to put him away. Momentarily, looked like he was going to go for a takedown, and he wants a fight. He wants to trade. He wants somebody to trade with, and Sonny Khatri's not going to be the guy.
He ran into a beautiful body knee, and so far, he seems comfortable. He seems like he can take all of Sonny's shots.
Laughing it off, big smile on the face of Mohamed Atif. Great way to open up your pro career by putting together a win like we're potentially going to see here. But at some point, he's going to have to take it a little bit more seriously, keep his hands up, not do quite all the taunting, because you'll run into somebody that can answer with it.
Yeah, and I've seen fights. Again, MMA is such an amazing sport because you never know what happens. You can be winning all 3 or 5 rounds and get knocked out the last second. The guy could just close his eyes and throw the punch, and you ran into it.
You got it. A Hail Mary, if you will. And there he goes, walking him down again is the Little Hawk. Opening up our strawweight division here at Brave Combat Federation. This is a historical matchup. This is the one everybody's going to remember, the first ever matchup at Brave Combat Federation. This strawweight battle. Mohamed Atif, he could be the first ever winner in Brave history.
Again, Mohamed Atif's winning this fight very easily, but here's the problem. He's getting too confident. He's getting not confident enough. Now he's just cocky, and it's ruining the fight for himself. Or he could possibly finish this guy if he actually pushed the pace through more combinations.
Oh, if he closed the distance right now, I completely agree. If he wants to finish, he could potentially have it, but he seems to be willing just to toy, and there we go. Great takedown defense by Sonny Khatri. He's shown that he's a very durable fighter. He does have the good takedown defense, but if you're not willing to throw, it's going to be hard to win a fight. Big right hand. Mohamed Atif looking for a takedown. Can he get it? No. Thwarted takedown. Sonny Khatri comes out on top on that one, and that is the end of the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for these 2 warriors.
So talk about this fight a little bit. Shorty, I mean, what it was, it just came down to Mohamed Atif, wanted it more. He pushed the pace. He tried to finish the fight. You got to give him all the credit in the world. He wanted to put on a show for the fans.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a way to start the night. And we have a unanimous decision. Your winner, fighting out of the red corner, Mohamed Atif.
Tough competitor here in Franz Malambo.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for our second bout of the night. Your first warrior, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 170 centimeters high. He weighed in at 61.2 kilograms and is 21 years of age. He's fighting out of Baguio City, the Philippines, with a record of 6 wins, 2 losses. Give it up for Stephen Lohman. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 177 centimeters high. He weighed in at 60.5 kilograms. He's 25 years of age, training out of Ireland by way of South Africa. With a record of 2 wins and 1 loss, give it up for Franz, the Black Mamba Mlambo. Your referee will be Mihail Mihilovic.
Mihail Mihilovic gets us started. Round number 1 of this 3-round affair in the bantamweight division. Absolutely incredible. The crowd's been fantastic.
Big thing about this fight, there's a shorter opponent and a taller opponent. Whoever takes the center of this fight is more than likely going to win.
If he can establish his reach, Franz Malambo has a huge advantage on the stand-up.
Again, Steven has that Sanshao fight style, so he needs to close the gap, close the distance, because Franz Malambo, if you stay in his reach, he will box you out.
You definitely have that experience of watching Franz Malambo work. You see the southpaw stance from Stephen Lohman. We'll see if that has any effect on this fight. Has a ton of power in his legs, does Lohman.
And so far, it's a nice feeling out period. They're starting off slow, but throwing little punches, and Steven opens up with a haymaker. Wow.
Just glances the chin of Malambo. Malambo answered with a right hand of his own.
Oh.
Big right hand, Franz Malambo.
Beautiful counter right.
Nasty.
And it's because Steven has opened himself up with the giant haymakers. He has no time to counter. He's heavy-footed. Doesn't have enough time to put himself back in place.
So early in his career, and now he's just getting out of the way.
And again, you see Franz Malambo has the center of the cage.
How quick was that straight right, Shorty?
That was a ridiculous shot. We'll see if the Sanshao is going to help him.
Looking to get that takedown. Good defense. Way to stay upright by Franz Malambo.
Steven needs to do the dump. If he keeps on circling, he will get Franz down. But Franz playing good defense.
Stephen Lohman with the crowd behind him trying to complete the takedown.
He's going to go for the dump again, which he
and
does.
He's going to get it.
Franz immediately trying to get up.
The pressure of Stephen Lohman not giving up on the takedown, continued to grind, and he got it.
And that's what Franz definitely doesn't want to be. He doesn't want to be anywhere on his back. It will take away his reach.
We've already seen the power of Franz Malambo, and I think Stephen Lohman felt that and said, I got to get this thing to the ground. I got to neutralize. Smart move by the young Filipino fighter.
You know, Stephen Lohman took a good shot, but he recovered well. Now he's pushing the pace. He's putting pressure on Franz, and even in this position, it's hard for Franz to breathe.
Really killing the rhythm of Franz Malambo is Stephen Lohman. The crowd trying to will Stephen Lohman to more damage. Trying to get the sweep and not happening.
Trying to get a nice inside trip, but you know, Franz right now is being nice, elusive, and he's being relaxed, and that's the biggest thing he's working on right now. Once he gets tense, he will go down.
Stephen Lohman continuing to grind up against the fence. Sneaks in a left hand.
Oh.
And there he goes with another takedown, and the crowd is losing it. Now we're going to find out what Franz Malambo has on the ground. I know you've seen him fight before. He likes to keep it on the feet. This is not a good place for him.
And these Filipino fans are going crazy right now. So far, Stephen Lohman's throwing nice elbows. You know, he's stuck in half guard, but so far, doing nice ground and pound, picking his shots wisely. And so far, Franz is not answering. He's just trying to hold him down so the ref can stand up to fight.
Mihail Mihilovic watching very closely. As there we go, he scrambles. Franz Malambo is back up. Just a stacked 135 bantamweight is Stephen Lohman.
Steven throws a beautiful left hook and lands.
And now Franz Malambo just picking his shots.
Franz is just waiting for that counter.
Oh, that one cut.
And it dazed him as we saw the little wobble with the leg there.
A little wobble by Franz Malambo. The quick feet of Stephen Lohman.
It was just a foot, but man, that still hurts. Franz needs to keep his hands up and just keep on using his jab to keep Stephen away.
Not really sticking that jab out there. He has such a reach advantage, but he's not willing to use it. Now coming in and hunting is Malambo.
Right now, this is anyone's round. They've both dazed each other.
Oh! Big shot! He's chasing him. He wants to finish.
Nice little juke move by Stephen Lohman. Took another shot. And again,
he
he
took
feels
a
the
heck of
power.
a shot.
And busted up nose now.
I think that nose is donezo. That nose is leaking, took huge damage.
That nose is definitely broken.
Oh, without a doubt.
Look at the curve on the top, the
Oh,
bridge
yeah,
of the nose.
It's got a little curve to it. You're absolutely right. I see it in round one, and wow, what a fight so far. Franz Malambo showing his power, really trying to get the finish, and almost got himself in trouble, and almost had to go to the ground once again with Stephen Lohman. But it seems like he's really dialed in on the stand-up.
That round was 50-50, just like I said, until that last shot that broke Stephen Lohman's nose. And we see right now the huge curve.
Big curve, big shot. Wow.
One of the biggest things, hopefully Stephen Lohman doesn't blow his nose, because if he blows his nose, his eyes will swell up, and that could actually end the fight.
Interesting little tidbit there from
Yeah.
the fighter.
So people, if you break your nose and you feel you're congested, kick it out, don't blow it. Your eyes
there's a
will
big shot.
freaking swell up, you won't be able to fight anymore. And it takes seconds. It's ridiculous. Stephen Lohman, a warrior, wants to come back at it. His nose is still bleeding, but again, he still wants to push forward.
And we know he does have that equalizer in the legs. He hit that big head kick that wobbled Malambo, so he always has that in his back pocket. We'll see if he tries to use it once again. And he's also got the advantage with the wrestling and the takedowns, as we saw from round number one.
Franz needs to open up and start using his jab and could even bust a nose and finish the fight.
Oh, very, very well could stop the fight if he could land a nice flush shot on that nose again.
Stephen Lohman's doing a real nice job picking the leg kicks. Again, Franz Malambo just wants to box, so he's not interested in shin blocking. He just wants to throw his hands and counter.
Franz Malambo looking for his shots. A little bit more hesitant. But when he attacks, man, you talk about some accurate punching from Franz Malambo.
And Franz hasn't thrown that many punches, but most of his punches have landed. And they've all been power shots.
Ooh, Stephen Lohman throwing the big haymaker.
Beautiful leg kicks.
Once again, here goes Malambo on the attack. Stephen Lohman ducks out of the way. He's done a great job of evading. And here comes the takedown attempt. Can he finish it?
Switching for the double.
Big one. Big takedown by Stephen Lohman.
And that is beautiful chain wrestling that you see. If he can't get the dump, he switches the other side and does a blast double, picks him straight up and takes him straight down. The guillotine is not tight right now. It's all the way in, but Franz can't arch. And I believe they're going to check for blood right now because he is just pouring.
Yeah, he is absolutely gushing blood from the nose is Stephen Lohman. And, of course, our medical staff will see if he can continue. You know, you hate to see a fight stopped, especially a very competitive fight like this, but you also got to look out for the safety of the fighters. And if that blood's just coming out way too quickly, then that could be a big-time problem.
Either or, this kid's a warrior, and he's pushing the pace. Against the longer fighter, he is definitely trying his best to give it all.
You got to believe that Sheikh Khalid is loving this competitive fight. Now, Khalid has actually done the job before. He's actually competed. He trains and puts in that time at KHK MMA, and he's even willing to get inside that cage and bang if he has to.
Yeah. Awesome thing is they're going to go right back in the position they left off in.
And they're right back to it. Where is the guillotine positioning here after the stop?
Franz Malambo's trying to connect his hands, but he's not locking his guard right now. He's just extending his opponent's legs to keep him from coming up.
And all he's going to do is wear out his arms by trying to pull on that if it's not really secure and underneath the chin. With that arm in, it's really, really tough to put somebody to sleep and to get a stoppage.
Franz right now is just waiting for the opening to finally sink in the choke and arch. But right now, he's just relaxing. Hopefully, he's not squeezing too hard. Like you said, it's going to tire out his arms.
Really,
and there's going to be his
wear
boxing.
No, you're right. It really, really wear out those arms. And That is not a spot you want to be in. And Franz Malambo really needs to work on trying to get back to his feet. That's where he's been more effective. And if he's going to finish the fight, that's how it's going to be.
Out of the guillotine position, Stephen Lohman now trying to land his ground and pound, throwing beautiful elbows, and he's changing, going from hammer fist to hooks to elbows, and he's mixing it up, keeping his head down, and he's just throwing away. And it keeps Franz Malambo at the defensive.
Just scooting around that mat that is just blood-soaked is Malambo. What a warrior in Stephen Lohman, not giving up.
Right now he transitions to half guard, and it's awesome. Stephen Lohman's just throwing his shots, picking them wisely, and we'll see if he's going to transition to a full side mount.
You got to wonder at what point does Malambo try to get out of here, try to wiggle out and scramble, and here we go. He's going to try, but he might give up a choke.
It's definitely an awkward position, but Stephen tried to take his back right there and landed a nice flush knee to finish the combination.
Boy, he almost got in a really, really bad situation, did Franz Malambo, but he does get to his feet.
Again,
This is where Malambo has been dominating.
Stephen Lohman needs to close the gap again and try to clinch where he's been very successful.
Unintentional low blow. Franz Malambo will go to his neutral corner.
You know, and again, accidents happen. People move. You intended to hide the leg, but people move and it runs right into it. But again, all accidental, definitely not on purpose, but it happens in the sport.
Oh, you're absolutely right. And what a fight this has been. In contrast to the last fight where we didn't see a whole lot of engaging, a whole lot of interaction by both fighters. Both these guys are really going after it. They're trying to finish. They're trying to land the big shots. That's what you want to see.
And this is such an exciting fight. These guys are pushing the pace, going back and forth. And seriously, it's not a one-way fight.
No, not at all. Stephen Lohman's very much in this fight. We remember seeing the leg power, the big head kick that he landed on Malambo before. If he can go back to that, that could be a key to victory. Also bringing the fight to the ground. Franz Malambo, obviously, the counterpunching has been spot on.
You see Franz is keeping his hands up a little higher because he just doesn't know what's going to happen with Stephen. Stephen's moving side to side beautifully right now. Just trying to finish the round and move away.
Big shot. And there goes Lohman back on his bicycle, just trying to get away.
What an amazing round.
Very entertaining round. Talk about that nose of Stephen Lohman. Watching on bravefights.com. We thank you for joining us on our inaugural event, this international display. 13 different countries being represented, and right now you'll take a look.
Look, he goes for the dump. He doesn't get it. Transition, so a beautiful double, lifts, slams him straight to the ground. Yo, landing nice, beautiful ground and pound, picking his shots. But Franz is trying to push the pace and land his strikes.
Interesting round number 2. You got to wonder where the judges are on this one. Franz Malambo, I think, clearly takes round number 1. But
yeah, I could definitely see the refs, or excuse me, the judges having this 1-1 right now. But Stephen Lohman, being a warrior, again, blood can change a fight, and they can stop it at any time. So he needs to push the pace because you never know what's going to happen.
And here we go, 2 warriors battling under the Brave banner. Third and final round in this bantamweight matchup. Stephen Lohman,
beautiful
the
jab.
Filipino fighter, trying to take on the South African fighter, now fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, Franz Malambo. Oh, big body kick, and the crowd loves it. There's that right hand by Malambo. He answers.
Franz is relying too much on his power right hand. He should keep on throwing the jab and see where it goes. And a beautiful takedown.
Explosive takedown by Stephen Lohman.
Went for the single. Franz put his head down and defend. Stephen reached up and flipped him over.
This could be big for Stephen Lohman. Can Franz Malambo scramble once again and bring this thing back to the feet?
And it's beautiful. Stephen Lohman is showing his Sanshao roots, which I'm a Sanshao fighter. I freaking love this.
Once again, he is smothering right now in half guard, immobilizing Franz Malambo. We saw Malambo get out of this situation before, but he left himself open to a choke. Definitely not a mistake you want to make again. You got to be careful. And look at the blood on the body of Franz Malambo. Are you kidding me? He is drenched in the blood of Stephen Lohman.
You see, Franz Malambo is just trying to survive right now. He needs to work his way back up, whether it's to fake an armbar attempt or a triangle attempt, get his opponent defensive, and then try to escape.
You know, with that much blood loss, with him leaking that much, you got to wonder if the referee won't stop it again. And here comes Malambo. He's going to try to get out right now. He's going to try to scramble. Can he get to his feet?
Is he going to step over the leg to get into half guard? Franz Malambo's trying to do an elevator and end up landing in full mount, but so far, Stephen's playing it well. He's got a good base. He transitions to half guard. And let's see if he can land a few strikes.
You see the corner of
and he
Lohman
takes Franz's
on.
back.
That's
He
bad.
gets the choke.
That's
It's in
tight.
deep.
He flattened him out. Referee's watching.
Franz is stuck in that position right now.
Is he going to tap?
It's under the neck, but so far Stephen's not arching. He doesn't have his hands locked. And
Wow.
Franz Malambo is just playing defense.
Oh, that's
now
deep.
he has it locked.
That's trouble.
It's
That's
behind the
gonna be
head.
over.
What Stephen needs to do is arch. He's using just
And there
arch
it
right now.
goes. Can he get the tap? He
No.
flattens him out. Franz
Franz.
Malambo somehow surviving. Are you kidding me?
Takes his back. Is he going to try to stand up?
Will it be third time as a charm?
What Franz needs to do is grab Stephen Lohman's head and pull him over. But Stephen Lohman's doing a great job by keeping both arms under the shoulders and staying in place.
These warriors, look at all the blood. The carnage. Stephen Lohman trying to finish this fight. Franz Malambo is to his feet.
See, Franz right now is trying to reach for his head and he's going to try his best to pull him down. And so far it's working. Stephen Lohman's falling over. Stephen might be in trouble here. Oh.
The corner, Franz Malambo
Stephen
telling him to
recovers.
shake him up. And he does. And here we go. He's going to have to separate.
He needs to separate and use his boxing.
And he's back up against the fence against a guy that has had his number all night long on the takedown.
But right now, those mats are extremely slippery because of all the blood, and there you go. Another beautiful dump.
You talk about a comeback story. Stephen Lohman looked like he may have been in big-time trouble in round number one, and now look where he's at. Although he is leaking blood everywhere, he is taking control of this fight.
You definitely aren't kidding about leaking blood everywhere.
Oh, my goodness. It looks like a kid's been finger painting in there is what it looks like. It looks like my daughter got in there with some red paint. But that is bodily fluid, folks. That is blood. Intense, intense fight with 20 seconds left in the round.
Stephen Lohman's doing a beautiful job, again, picking his shots, not rushing everything. He knows he's winning the round. And again, if he wins this round, he could win the fight. And the crowd's just going crazy.
Whoa.
That was an amazing fight. And that's only the second fight on this card.
Stephen Lohman thinks he has a victory, but it's going to be close. Round two is going to make a huge difference. Who won round number two in your
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, give it up for these two warriors. We go to the judges' scorecards, and we have a unanimous decision. And your winner, out of the blue corner from Baguio City, the Philippines, Steven Lauman.
Just want to say I called it.
All right. I'm standing by here with Steven Lauman, your winner tonight. Absolutely incredible showing. You leaked so much blood. I don't know how you're standing right now.
You know what? Maybe I can take this fight to the ground and it might be the double.
Started with Carlos Kramer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for our third bout of the evening. Our first warrior, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 172 centimeters tall, weighs in at 60.65 kilograms, 27 years old, fighting out of Morocco, making his MMA debut after 34 kickboxing matches. Give it up for Badr the Machine Adine. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 176 centimeters tall. He weighs 61.15 kilograms. He's 27 years old and fighting from Mumbai, India. With a record of 7 wins and 2 losses, put your hands together for Muhammad Farhad. Your referee is Scott Manhart.
Here at Brave Fights, getting the fighters amped up like only he can. This will be 3 5-minute rounds in the bantamweight division.
I just want to hear Carlos say my name.
Well, yeah, this is true. We're getting things started here. Round number 1 of 3. It is Farhad in the black and Adine in the white.
Adine opens up with a beautiful leg kick.
Two very dangerous fighters, 2 dangerous stand-up fighters. We'll see if they want to test their skills and see who's going to come out on top. Ooh, and a big right hand by Farhad.
It was a beautiful counter.
Anytime you can see the smaller fighters that just want to get into a fist fight, that just want to throw hands and feet, then you know you're going to get a good show because these guys are lightning quick. So how about the vibe ever since you've been here in Bahrain? I know you've spent a considerable time here in Bahrain in the past, but just talk about the buzz and the vibe here that Brave has brought to the area here in Manama and right here in Bahrain.
It's awesome, man. Again, MMA's very small here, but it's now starting to grow, and because of Sheikh Khalid, it's gotten so big. And again, Brave, it's a huge opportunity for all these fighters and even just the Middle Eastern fans. This is something new, and it's going to continue to grow. And for me, the experience is breathtaking.
Both fighters establishing themselves, taking control of the cage. Neither one trying to give up an inch. Adine with a big kick to the thigh. He calls himself the sexiest fighter on the card. We'll see how good he's looking at the end of this one. Farhad catches the leg, timing it just perfectly.
And Adine was calling him down. He's like, come on, my guard. I can be on my back, too.
And usually that's the difference maker, who does have the better ground game. Because both these guys are very capable on the feet, but when it goes to the ground, who's going to have the advantage?
The thing I'm surprised about is none of these guys are shin blocking. They're taking the leg kicks, and so far, Muhammad Farhad is just waiting to take the leg kick, and that's how he's able to drop that counter.
And here we go. Right back to it. Farhad, great countering.
That's all he's waiting for.
Right down the middle.
And that's all he's waiting for. So far, Adine seems comfortable.
To the back of the legs. That's going to leave a mark.
Adine rubs his nose in confidence. He's just relaxing down there. He seems very composed, very comfortable, and he's not worried.
And here we go. Scott Manhart's going to let him get to his feet. Farhad not confident enough to get down into the guard and try to finish the fight. He wants to do it on the feet. And why not? He's had so much success, such great timing right down the middle. You take too many shots right down the middle like that, you're going to be in big trouble.
You know, he takes a head kick. It was just the toes, but again, it does damage.
And here we go.
And see, people get intimidated, and so they go in for the shot. He saw that he was losing the stand-up battle and was like, hey, I got to go somewhere else with this.
Farhad up against the fence. But now grabbing onto a potential guillotine, and Farhad quickly gets out of there. Now going back toe-to-toe once again. Badruddin, Muhammad Farhad, two tough young bantamweights, chosen to be on the first ever Brave Combat Federation card. What an honor. And not only are these guys skilled, they have some character to them. You gotta love that.
Farhad opening up.
Now Badruddin moving forward. Starting to gain a little momentum as Adin. Farhad just seems to have the timing, though, on the counters.
Nice shin block.
Of course, in our main event, we're going to go to the featherweight division. We can't wait to see it with Ramy Aziz, Abdul Karim Al-Sawadi. And we still have Thiago Vieira, the undefeated Brazilian fighter, Monstro.
Beautiful body kick.
Coming in our co-main. Oh, there's a big right hand and a left to follow. Nice combination by Farhad. These boys are bringing it.
Yeah.
What a round. Let's take a look at the replay. There was just one of the big right hands down the middle.
Both fighters took a lot of leg kicks. There wasn't enough shin blocking. But what Farhad's trying to do is he's waiting for that leg kick, he's catching it, and he's countering with the right. And so far, he's been successful 3 times with it. So any strike could be a game changer here.
And here we go. These fighters are ready, and it's round number 2 getting started. Right out of the gate, Adin trying to push the pace, trying to hold on to the center of the cage. But Farhad quickly takes control.
Beautiful body kick.
Starting to put him together.
Eventually, they're going to start to take a toll. Now he starts to shin block because that's a sign that it's starting to hurt him.
Very keen observation, Shorty, and here we go. Farhad trying to impose his will, but he's not throwing the punches. He just wants to counter. Both men thinking the same thing.
And you see, immediately reach down, try to catch that leg kick. As you see, he's doing it again. But you saw the redness on his leg.
It's
now his leg's
really
starting to give out.
Shorty, he's having a hard time with those leg kicks now.
Beautiful right.
Again, now he's just trying to time the strikes.
He's waiting to counter, and that's fine, but you're taking too many leg kicks, and it's definitely going to pay a toll, and it's going to mess up your movement.
Once again, trying to time that kick just perfectly, trying to catch it. He's having a hard time, though, and taking a ton of damage on those legs. It's slowing down Farhad. And here we go.
Farhad opens up.
Bringing it. Ignoring the body, not really working the body at all. Oh, he caught him there on the side of the head with the left hand.
And Farhad's picking his shots, but every single time he decides to open up with the 3, he always at least lands 1.
Another big one. There's the right hand to follow. Maybe Farhad goes to the ground and tries to incorporate a little ground and pound. He does not feel comfortable enough.
Hey, he doesn't look too confident right now. He's just playing it safe. If you're not comfortable there right now, I believe Farhad's winning the fight. No reason to put yourself in this situation that might hurt you. But again, Farhad has the center of the cage. Right now, He's pushing the pace.
Once again, now throwing kicks of his own, now going up top. Switching levels, something that Adine should look into doing. He's only went for the leg kicks. He hasn't really tried to go for any sort of head kicks. And you got to believe with that many leg kicks, you're very, very predictable at this point. Maybe look to go up high and change things up and catch him off guard. And there he went and tried to do it, and he almost paid a price.
Beautiful body to the head.
Oh, it snapped his head back. Now he's going in for the kill. Mohamed Farhad. And he's going to stop him. Farhad gets the win. What a finish, Shorty.
What a beautiful right body shot. And then he finished top with the left hook. Amazing. Couldn't ask for anything cleaner. Low, high, awesome.
To the delight of Sheikh Khalid. What a win by Mohamed Farhad. Incredible victory. Much to the delight of the fans here at Khalifa Sports City. That was a good one.
That was a beautiful.
What a win.
Ladies and gentlemen, just like that, referee Scott Manhart calls a stoppage for a TKO in the very second round for your winner from India, Mohamed Farhad.
This one has Fight of the Night written all over it here in Bahrain.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for the fourth fight of the night. Our first warrior, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 170 centimeters tall, weighed in at 56.4 kilograms. He's 31 years of age. He comes from Manila in the Philippines with a record of 8-5. Give it up for Jesse Raffo. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 165 centimeters tall, weighs in at 56.6 kilograms. He's 31 years old, fighting from Tijuana, Mexico, with a record of 13 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. Give it up for Ivan Lopez. Your referee for this contest is Scott Manhart.
Oh, I'm getting chill bumps for this one. This one's going to be big, Shorty. Raffles and Lopez. It is going down in this one. And here we go. Scott Manhart gets us started in this one. 2 very, very quick fighters. In the black with the white checks with the pattern is Raffles. Black with the white trim is Lopez, and he's on top.
Beautiful catch, waiting patiently. Both of those guys seem very comfortable in there, even on the ground. Let's see what happens.
Quickly, Ivan Lopez takes top control. He's in half guard and already showing some dominance here on Raffles. Raffles, though, is a very, very durable fighter. Not easy to put away. Nino Demolidor, Ivan Lopez, freestyle fighter. Fights out of Intram in Tijuana, Mexico.
Intram is a gym that these guys go 100% every single day, and if you're not ready, you'll get knocked out there. So all those fighters are just tough.
And, you know, truthfully, these are guys that would be on your radar here at flyweight. These are guys you have to watch out for because, listen, you're out there, Shorty, and these are the type of guys that are coming after you.
Yeah, and I'm a fan of these guys. You know, I've known Ivan Lopez for a while. I've seen his career, and it's been awesome to watch him fight. You know, it's definitely one of those guys that, you know, I'm Mexican as well. He's definitely a pioneer in Mexican MMA. He's a role model.
Absolutely, and Lopez has maintained control.
What he's trying to do is he's trying to trap Rafael's arm with his knee. So you can start landing the ground and pound. But so far, Rafael does a good job in putting him back in the full guard.
He's in the guard.
Ivan Lopez does a beautiful job in passing it over. But right now he goes back in front of the legs.
Oh, beautiful kick.
God, you
to
just
the
heard
back
the
of the
echo.
leg. Oh, man, you can hear that echo through the arena here at Khalifa Sports City. Ivan Lopez trying to make a statement here in the flyweight division here at Brave. They're looking for the best of the best. Ivan Lopez feels like he's that guy.
Jesse Raffles tried to go for the armbar.
Trying to sneak those legs up there and look for that sneaky submission, but he's taking a lot of damage while he tries. Lopez is not going to give up on it, and Scott Manhart is letting him work.
Now, Ivan's doing a beautiful job at picking his shots. Raffles is going for submissions. He tried the armbar, then he tried to transition to a triangle, but overall, Ivan Lopez sees it coming, takes his back, and let's see if he can get the choke in.
And he's got the hooks in. Jesse Raffles could be in some big, big trouble here. Trying to knife that.
He extends him.
Trying to knife that arm in there. Can he squeeze him out?
He has it under the neck. He
Oh,
has
it's
it locked
over.
in.
There's
And
no
it's
way.
over.
It's over. Ivan Lopez claims another victim. What a win by the Mexican powerhouse that is Ivan Lopez.
We have our winner at 1 minute 40 seconds of the very first round. Rear naked show countdown. Give it up for your winner from Mexico.
A KHK fighter yourself, so a lot of pride on the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for our fifth fight of the evening. Your first warrior, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 165 centimeters tall, weighing at 61.2 kilograms. He is 32 years old, from Cairo, Egypt, with a record of 3 wins, 2 losses. Put your hands together for Muhammad Old Man Mashali. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 177 years tall. He weighed in at 61.6 kilograms. He's 23 years old. He's the pride of the kingdom of Bahrain. He's got a record of 3 wins, 1 loss. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Hamza Guheti. Your referee for this contest, Mihail Mihailovich.
Whew, that was intense. Did you feel that?
And the crowd's gonna go crazy.
Absolutely. This is a big, big fight here for the Bahraini fans, and round 1 is underway. Big introduction there by the Lows. It's Mashali in the white and it's Hamza in the black.
You know, there's going to be a little pressure on Hamza Koheji just because it is a home fight for him. But, again, you hear the fans. Hopefully it motivates him and pushes him forward for the fight.
Only 23 years old is Hamza Koheji. He says his goal is to be a world champion. Getting a big win here in his debut on Brave could be a great step towards that. But you talk about a dangerous fighter. An Old Man Mashali there could put him together. He has great striking.
You know, they're both a little timid right now. They're just trying to feel each other out and see what happens. You know, Hamza Koheji is a typical wrestler. Muhammad Mashali wants to stand up and kickbox. So, again, it's a good stylistic fight. But if Hamza doesn't close the gap, Mashali could land a good shot.
Without a doubt. Hamza Koheji, we saw him at the weigh-ins, very focused. Mashali is certainly not coming here to lose, though. He's been on some big stages.
Mashali's just waiting to throw that right. You see him shaking it, and you see his back's at the by the fence, but overall, he's waiting to counter. He's waiting on Hamza to move forward. And he throws a looping right. You can tell I had power in there.
Just it's that feeling out process, just trying to establish the reach. Look at the stance of Mashali. Very, very odd stance the way he holds up his hands. He leaves himself kind of wide open for a big hook.
But he's waiting to counter, and I believe that's why he does that. And that's why he hasn't been attacking. He's waiting for Hamza to come forward. And Hamza's just a little timid right now. You know, he's really trying to feel it out, and it could just be the pressure, you know, of the fight.
Hamza Koheji, is he going to test out his stand-up, or is he going to take this thing to the ground? We know about the wrestling pedigree. Oh, and a big kick.
And like I said, if Hamza Koheji stays back there, it leaves room for Mashali to throw his kicks, extend his reach, and impose his will.
Everybody's at full attention for this one. And here we go, Koheji going for the takedown.
He's leaving his neck exposed a little bit.
That could be trouble. And Mashali is cranking, twisting the neck.
And he's lifting straight up.
Oh, that could be trouble.
What Hamza needs to do is put his left arm over Mashali's head. He'll take pressure off the guillotine. But right there, he needs to go for a dump. He needs to walk backwards, do baby steps, and spin to go for the dump, as he does right then and there.
Nicely called, Shorty Torres.
It's not completely under the neck. So far, Hamza feels comfortable. He's good. He's working hand control, and he's out. But he's stuck in Mashali's guard, and we're going to see what Mashali does off his back.
Tough guy to get off of you is Hamza. Great top control. Very, very heavy on his opponents.
Picking his shots wisely, not trying to blow out his steam too soon. And again, Mashali's a stand-up fighter, so we're going to see what he does off his back. But right now, this is Hamza's fight.
And I'll tell you, they have really started to fill up the Khalifa Sports City here in Bahrain. We welcome you if you're just joining us. This is Brave Fights. This is the first ever event for the Brave Combat Federation.
Mashali tried for the guillotine. Hamza beautifully saw it coming in transition, saw his opportunity to go straight into a side mount.
Oh, now beating up the body is Koheji.
Right now, he's trying to pass into full guard, or excuse me, full mount.
Just having his way with Mashali.
And it shows a different style, stylistically. Mashali's a stand-up fighter, and you can tell right now he's not comfortable on his back. He's taking a few shots here and there, nothing too damaging, but...
Oh, and he's trapping the arm.
He's going for the top crucifix. He has one arm trapped. He's trying to go for the other, but he needs to bring the arm across his head.
Wow. What a performance already by Hamza Koheji.
But as you see the legs wrapped around the arm, that arm is officially trapped. And he's landing beautiful elbows. Mashali's trying to arch.
20 seconds left, Shorty. And he is absolutely tearing up.
Doing some beautiful elbows right now. And
the Egyptian fighter.
Both arms are locked, and there's nothing that Mashali can do.
No, he has no answer for this. Can he survive? Mihai Milanovic watching very closely.
Beautiful top crucifix.
Wow. What a dominating performance by Hamza. Once it went to the ground, old man Mashali had nothing for him. For Hamza Koheji, that's the sort of response we're getting. And here we go. Let's take a look at some of the replays.
Beautiful head kick. Landed a half and half on Hamza. Hamza was able to take it. Then eventually he waited, wanted to go for the single, had to fight off the guillotine a little bit. Was finally able to get the jump. Eventually moved the side mount, get the top crucifix.
And once he was on top, very heavy on top, great elbows, great crucifix. Hamza Koheji seems to have his number. And round two is underway. Two tough fighters, Koheji and Mashali.
Hamza's lowering his level, looking like he wants to go for another shot.
We see two bantamweights here that are really bringing it, and Hamza Koheji not wasting any time. Now he is coming after Mashali. No more feeling out. I think it's only a matter of time.
Mashali's just cocking that right arm back and waiting for Hamza to shoot in so he can counter him. That's all Mashali's trying to do is counter fight, and I believe if Mashali wants to win this fight, he needs to be the aggressor.
The fans have become unhinged. This is the main event of our prelim card. We still have 5 big fights to come on our main card.
Mashali just doesn't look intimidated by Hamza's takedown or his fakes.
At the same time, he's just not doing quite enough here. Mashali's going to have to get on his horse, and he's going to have to make a difference. He is a veteran. But only one more fight professionally than Hamza, who's 10 years younger. And there he goes for the big counter, but just cannot connect.
And again, he's just waiting for that big right hand. We'll see if he lands it, but so far he's not faking. He's not throwing any jabs to blind Hamza's vision so he can land that right hand. That's all he's doing, and it seems like the only thing in his arsenal.
Hamza Koheji now moving in, throws the leg kick. You got to believe he wants to be on top of this division. He wants to make a statement. And as we continue our events here with Brave and titles started getting introduced, Hamza Koheji is going to want to be that champion.
Hamza lives for the double.
Big takedown, slams him down.
And this crowd is going crazy.
That was an impressive takedown, and we're back to the crucifix. And there's a lot of time on the clock here, Shorty. I don't know if he's going to be able to survive 2.5 minutes of this.
And it doesn't even have to be hard shots. If you're not defending yourself, the ref will stop the fight.
And Hamza is not afraid to go to the body as well. And it just doesn't seem like Mashali has anything grappling-wise. He's defending the transitions, but he's still in big trouble. Now he goes to the north-south. And now squeezing
and he's
on
going
the
for
neck.
a north-south choke. And
there
it's
it goes,
over.
there it is. Hamza Koheji goes to work and makes Bahrain proud. What a win.
Hamza was trying to transition to the mount, and Mashali wasn't having it. Hamza said, fine, that's fine with me. I'm going to go to north-south. Saw no defense, went for the north-south choke, and he got it. And this Bahraini crowd is just having a blast. Kadovsky looks nice and loose, and he doesn't look like he's phased.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for our 6th fight of the evening. Your first warrior, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 77.1 inches tall. He weighed in at 177 kilograms. He's 25 years old from Dagestan, Russia. He's got a record of 6 wins, 1 loss. Give it up for Eldar, the Beast, Eldarov! And please welcome his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 76.5 centimeters tall. He weighed in at 177 kilograms. He's 25 years old, fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, by way of Buenos Aires, Argentina. Give it up with a record of 6 wins, 2 losses, Kevin Koldovsky. Your referee is Mihailovich.
You know, I'm waiting on one of these fighters to take a swing at Carlos Kramer. He's getting in their face. It's intense.
Eldar just doesn't back down. You seen Carlos Creamer? He is huge.
He's a monster. One of the biggest ring announcers that I've ever seen in pure mass. He's a monster. And here we go. It is Koldovsky in the black and Eldarov in the white.
If Koldovsky wants to make this a standing battle, he's going to have to use his reach, throw his 1-2s, but keep his jab going. Keep Eldar on the outside. Eldar definitely wants to come in, but he's going to have to move side to side. If not, change the pace, go high-low, and then shoot a beautiful blast double, which he usually does.
Hey, these guys are big welters, big, powerful welterweights that pack a lot of power. There's a good chance we are not going to decision with these two.
Kevin taunting Eldar.
Oh, and here we go. Eldarov.
A big hook
coming
by
for the
Eldar.
head.
A big hook by Eldar, but Kevin was able to catch him in one.
Wow, great takedown defense, but he's going down. Eldarov, as you said, so explosive, and he would not be denied.
Nothing but power, and I know that from experience, sadly.
I'd say he's probably picked you up once or twice.
And I'm a flyweight, man, so he had his way. That wasn't fun.
Thanks for tuning in here on braveffights.com and following us on social media at bravemmaf on Instagram, Twitter, and, of course, on our Facebook page. The fans chanting Eldar's name. Quite the fan favorite here in Bahrain.
Now, Eldar's stuck in half guard, but Koldovsky is trying to work. He's trying to work off his back. He was trying to put his feet in the fence so he can get a different position, but right now, he's just feeling it out. He's just trying to control Eldar's arms, and if Eldar makes a mistake, you know, he may be able to transition either to a submission or, if not, go back into full guard.
Eldarov smothering Koldovsky, but remember, Koldovsky does have some good BJJ here as he tries to sneak that right leg up towards the neck of Eldar, but Eldar with that half guard is just really tough to deal with.
And Eldar's doing a good job. Again, smothering, keeping the pressure on, turning his opponent's head and keeping it off center.
The crowd very, very focused here, watching the ground game. And you talk about KHK and what they've done to bring jiu-jitsu and to bring MMA to the region. They really appreciate the sport.
And Eldar moves into a mount. Full mount by Eldarov.
And one thing you got to remember, the only loss on his record is to Khabib Nurmagomedov. That's a guy that's going to be fighting most likely.
And Kevin's going for a heel hook.
For the championship of the world.
Oh.
Kevin Koldovsky here trying to isolate the arm. So only losing to Khabib is a pretty big deal.
Khabib, one of the best lightweights in the world. Again, I've had the experience. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing to go with both of them. And man, I don't know who's tougher. They're just ridiculously good at their sambo style.
Kevin Koldovsky having a hard time dealing with the top game of Eldarov. This is kind of what we expected coming into this fight, that it would go to the ground. Who's going to have the advantage? And right now it's that wide frame of Eldarov.
Transitioning to an armbar.
And he's trying to walk.
And Eldar's doing a really good job at keeping the pressure on Kevin's face. Turns his head, puts him off center, and makes it harder for him to go and transition to, for example, an armbar.
And now Kevin Koldovsky trying to isolate that arm.
Eldar is doing a good job. He kept his head down, wasn't able to let that leg to go over, and Kevin let go.
Really sneaky movement there for Kevin Koldovsky. Unable to get out from underneath Eldar, but it appears that he's trying to work that submission game from the bottom, now getting the elbows in. But time's ticking away, and Eldarov
transition for the armbar again. Eldar's keeping his head down, which is good for him. Doesn't lock in the armbar, but Kevin Koldovsky's looking at showing his flexibility and might get it under.
Talk about the flexibility of Koldovsky and the durability, and quickly Eldar taking control again. Very heavy on top. Mihajlovic watching closely.
And Eldar's doing a really good job in smart ground and pound, not overextending himself, giving Kevin a chance to either run an armbar, triangle, whatever submission he likes.
Comes over the top. This Eldarov. And there we go. That is the end of round number 1. An impressive showing by Eldar. Here in Bahrain, Brave Fights, Brave Combat Federation, kicking off their inaugural event. The vision, the dream of Sheikh Khalid, and he has really put something special together here for the fans of Bahrain. And who knows where we'll go from here. I've seen a press conference very, very recently with Mohammed Shahid, and we could be going to Europe. You just never do know.
Yeah, where was that press conference again? Was it Ireland?
I believe it was Dublin, Ireland.
So you never know where Brave might end up next.
Round number 2 kicking off here in this welterweight matchup. Are we going to go right back to the ground? And Koldovsky doesn't seem to have a problem with it. Oh, he walked into a big right hand. Now Eldarov coming over the top again. Big, nasty competitor here.
Kevin showing Eldar, hey, you're not going to take me down as easy this round. He's trying to show the knees. He's trying to show the push kicks. So it intimidates Eldar, and Eldar has to, pretty much go for something else. And just showing that fake can change a person's game plan. But overall, it looks like they want to stand and bang.
Going to work. Are we going to see another one of those flying knees there by Koldovsky?
Well, it's
Will he
good
take
success.
another chance?
It's good success because Eldar keeps on dropping his head every time he throws a big right hook. Oh, and he lands that one, and it dazed him. So immediately he was stunned. Right now, he's not attacking.
Oh, there's another big knee to the body. Now a big clinch, and Eldarov takes a few shots. Koldovsky starting to get a little bit of a rhythm here, starting to get a little momentum.
Eldar works really, really hard in keeping Kevin down, and
Walks
now he
right
gets him down again.
Takedown. Right into the takedown. And now are we going to see much more of the same, that smothering style of Eldar Eldarov?
What Eldar needs to do is get Kevin to the fence so he can't extend himself, and it's harder for him to transition to submissions. So far, Eldar's doing really smart ground and pound. Again, not overextending himself and putting pressure on that head that takes Kevin Koldovsky's body off center.
Eldarov so very effective there, just burying the head into the body, not giving any sort of room. And there you can see the legs starting to sneak up the back as Kevin Koldovsky once again tries to look for a submission from the bottom.
Kevin's going to try to transition to that armbar again. He's using the fence. But so far, again, Eldar's playing it smart, keeping his head pressed against the fence, and keeping Kevin just crumbled together.
The fans are getting a little bit restless here, but this is the style of Eldarov. This is how he grinds. This is how he gets his victories, is he puts a lot of pressure on you, and he's very, very heavy on top. And Koldovsky is seeing that firsthand.
And it's a tiring style for both. One, Eldar has to do all the work. He has to put the pressure on. And Kevin obviously is under there taking the ground and pound, taking that pressure. But when they both stand up, you can tell they looked a little fatigued the first time. But Eldar's playing a dangerous game here, staying in Kevin Koldovsky's guard. Doesn't look like he's trying to transition yet. But again, we'll see what happens.
Oh, now
and
really.
Kevin's going for omoplata right now.
Oh, tough spot. He's got that thing wrenched in. Eldarov with that very, very short neck. It's hard to get a guy like that doesn't have a whole lot of neck to work with in the omoplata, and he's not able to finish.
Good defense by Eldar. He saw it coming. Sadly got stuck in it for a short period of time, but saw it there, and overall was able to get out. But Kevin's showing how slick he is on the bottom. So far he's tried an armbar, a heel hook, and an omoplata. I'm just excited to see what's next.
No, it's very, very interesting, of course. And there he goes once again. Real solid. Walking his way up the cage. Very, very slick submission attempts here by Koldovsky. How long can he survive, though, being underneath a guy like Eldarov? That has to be frustrating for Eldar.
Beautiful left elbow.
And another grinding round by Eldar Eldarov. Now going to be up 2 rounds clearly. That means behind the 8 ball is going to be Koldovsky. He is going to have to go for it. And here we go. Crowd excited about this one. Can Eldarov dominate once again, get it to the ground? Or are we going to see Koldovsky have a successful round number 3? This one has been a war of attrition. Both fighters in the same spot. You see him winding up that big right hand.
Kevin knows that he's losing 2-0. He's going to have to be forward, but just like the last round, when he's forward, Eldar just waits patiently, will pick you up and take you down. So Kevin needs to throw his jab.
Oh, big left.
Kevin needs to make this a stand-up fight, throw his jab, use his length, and set up combinations.
Big spinning attempt there.
And he's trying to change it up.
Oh, and he walked right into another big shot. Here we go. We're getting an exchange.
So far, Eldar got the better of that exchange. Another like flying knee.
Some sort of a screeching animal in the crowd there. And moving forward once again is Koldovsky. Very, very aggressive here in round number 3, as he should be. It's always frustrating when a guy's down 2 rounds when he doesn't attack, and Koldovsky is definitely moving forward.
Kevin's ready. He's showing those flying knees. He's showing his knees, and he doesn't want Eldar to shoot, or else he's going to run into that knee. Eldar keeps dropping his head, and Kevin sees it.
And it looks like we have an unintentional low blow. He's going to try to walk that one off and get a bit of a rest. It doesn't take much, a glancing blow, and then kind of turn you over there.
It's not the funnest thing in the world.
I can imagine not. What a night we've had already. Some amazing finishes. And it's only going to get better as we go, as we have our massive co-main and our main event and our feature fight with the boogeyman, Richie Martinez.
That one I'm definitely excited for. The fans showing love to Eldar.
Big time love for Eldar Eldarov. And there it goes. That's what he does.
I just want to say Eldar does that very well, and I say that from experience. He shows you that he's going to go for the dump. You move that way, and a person can only fight in one direction. So instead of going that way, he'll take you the other way and lift you straight up. And you have no choice because you have that momentum going that way. Your body automatically lifts off the ground.
Great strategy, great game plan here by Eldar Eldarov. He knows what he can do and what he does best, and he is employing that for the 3rd round in a row.
It just shows his Dagestani roots of hard sambo and hard wrestling. Now in Dagestan, they're known for their Olympic wrestlers, all in one practice room, and Eldar's one of them. So Eldar is a fantastic wrestler. He showed his trained wrestling there, and he's doing some nice ground and pound here.
Really going to work here. Eldar trying to get a finish here, trying to throw the ground and pound. But, I mean, just a real savvy veteran move here by Koldovsky. It's not going to be easy to put away. Once again, and that was actually a pretty solid shot there to the groin. Eldarov, that was right on the money, Shorty, and I believe it was unintentional. That being said, I mean, that was, I'd love to see the replay on that. I don't know if we can get that up in the truck. He's going to try to walk that off. I mean, this is just part of the game, Shorty. And like you said, you've been down that road before, and it's not anything fun. But it looks like Kevin Koldovsky is going to continue fighting. So let's get back to the fight. Koldovsky. And here we go. Eldar Eldarov facing off once again. And the fight carries on here in the third and final round. Koldovsky is throwing caution to the wind. Everything but the kitchen sink. He wants to get a stoppage. A desperate fighter willing to try anything at this point to slow down.
Beautiful knee.
And there we go, that power double.
There it goes. Oh, nice defense by Kevin Koldovsky again.
Beautiful
Third
defense.
round, they're clinching. There's a lot of sweat. They get very slippery here. Kevin's doing a beautiful job with those elbows. Eldar, you can tell, is in a little pain, and that's why he decided to block it.
And he will not be denied. Eldar Eldarov, anytime he's gone for the takedown, he has got that takedown.
Yeah. Eldar, he likes to say to me, do you want to go on Dagestani Airlines? I'm like, no, I don't want to go on Dagestani Airlines. Because he definitely gives you some air miles.
No, that's one airline I want no part of. I want no miles on that airline. And Eldar Eldarov seems to have cruised his way to a punishing victory over Kevin Koldovsky, a strategic win. And there we go, much to the happiness of the Bahraini fans who have embraced him as a part of KHK MMA. It appears that Eldarov has another win.
I just want to say I'm a platinum member in the Dagestani Airlines because of Eldar and Khabib.
Let's give it up for these two warriors. What a show they put on. We go to the judges' scorecard, and we have a unanimous decision. Fighting out of the blue corner, Eldar the Beast Eldarov. Ladies and gentlemen, for your next fight of the night, please welcome your first fighter out of the blue corner. He fights out of Bangalore, India. Put your hands together for Abdul, the Cutman Munir.
One guy might give out and go, this is not where I want to be. Let's take it to the ground and see where it goes from there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for some fireworks, and we're ready for our 7th fight of the night. Our first warrior, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 172 centimeters tall. He weighed in at 65.7 kilograms. He's 32 years old, out of Bangalore, India, with a record of 6 wins, 1 loss. Give it up for Abdul, the Cutman Munir. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 177 centimeters tall, weighed in at 65.5 kilograms. He's 28 years old, from Guadalajara, Mexico. A record of 10 wins, 6 losses. Put your hands together for Macio Fulen. Your referee is Scott Manhart.
And the very animated introduction, and here we go. Big fight feel for this one. Masio Folan and Abdul Munir. India and Mexico go to war in this one. It's round number 1. It is Munir in the white and Folan in the black. Of course, Masio Folan coming off a couple of losses. Abdul Munir not wasting any time, baby. Going to work, but quickly getting caught up.
Big Superman punch, and he just drives him forward and goes for the takedown. A little surprising, but overall, yeah,
no surprise, no surprise. Munir always goes for it in that first minute. I'm not surprised at all, Shorty. Very, very busy. But here's Masio Folan, the very, very established fighter. Two featherweight fighters here. Two guys that you would love to have in any promotion in Masio Folan and Abdul Munir.
Nice knees to the body.
Show of respect, and we're back to it. Round 1 already. A lot of electric action here in Bahrain. Oh, and here we go. Now he's on the defense again. He took a chance, and Munir landed a few shots.
Both opponents countered each other. One with the spinning back kick, countered him with his left. And then when Munir was coming in, Masio was able to counter him back.
Insane action here in round 1.
He's going for a nice ankle pick. Transitions to a single. But he's on the wrong side, and he's not going to get the takedown from there.
You're right, just not the best way to go about that takedown attempt, and now we're back standing again. I am A-okay with that. There's that big overhand right. Munir is definitely headhunting here. That's how he wins his fights. How tough is it to deal with a guy like that that swings with so much power and just has no regard for his safety, your safety? He is just coming at you.
From what I see with Munir, though, he's not really setting up his big overhand right. He throws a jab once in a great while, but overall, it's just to power up that backhand. A nice leg kick, switching it up a little bit.
Reminds me of a guy like a Leonard Garcia that just swings for everything with every punch, every kick.
Oh, I miss that guy.
Oh, so do I. Always one of my favorites. Munir pushing forward once again. Oh, and Folan nearly walked into a big right hand.
Masio needs to use his length, throw his jabs, and transition. Go high, low, because Munir is just setting up with that big overhand right.
I'm not sure. I'm not looking at the record right in front of me, but I believe every win that Munir's had has been in the first round, if I'm correct.
Oh.
So he goes for the kill. He goes for it again, but gets tied up by Masio. And now up against the fence.
You know, Masio has good head control, and he dropped him with the knee.
Munir is going to have to move, and he's going to have to defend himself.
Munir is turning over.
Bad spot by Munir. Not a lot of time left in this one.
And he's cut. That knee definitely hurt him, and it's cut his left eye.
Masio Folan on the bottom. Now that I double-checked that record, he has never been out of the first round, even by his losses. And he has one loss on his record, and that was a first-round TKO loss. Masio Folan.
That blood is coming down, and it's going to get into his eyes, and that's the worst part about it. It will blind you during the fight. So far, Masio's in half guard and just playing smart ground and pound.
No, I mean, that's what we expected out of a guy like Masio Folan that's been around the block a few times, that's been in there with some of the best. Can he get out of round number 1? 10 seconds left. Can he defend? He's going to have to keep moving. If he doesn't move, Manhart's going to stop, and he does. At the last possible second, Masio Folan finishes the fight. Wow.
Abdul Munir just wasn't the...
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for both of these warriors in another great fight. Your referee, Scott Manhart, called the fight at 4:57 of the very first round, TKO due to strikes. Give it up for Guadalajara, Mexico's own Masio Folan. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to put your hands together and make some noise for our 8th fight of the night. Your first warrior, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 176 centimeters tall, weighing at 76.2 kilograms. He's 25 years old, from Egypt, with a record of 4-1. Put your hands together for Ahmed the Butcher Amir. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 188 centimeters tall, weighed in at 77 kilograms. He's 32 years old and from San Diego, California, USA. He's got a record of 3 wins, 1 loss. Put your hands together for Richie Boogeyman Martinez. Michal Mihalovic is your referee.
And here we go. What a fight we got ahead of us here. I know this is a fight you are very excited about. And if you're a grappling type of guy, if you like watching the groundwork, this is one to watch.
You know, out of all the fights I'm excited to see, this one makes me nervous because I'm afraid I won't be able to catch up to know what they're doing on the ground.
Yeah, I'm leaning on you on that one. And right out of the gate, here comes Richie Martinez. Looking to take Amir to the ground. Will he be denied?
He has double underhooks, and he's looking to swing left to get him down, and
That's
he does.
What he does. Quickly
now let's see what
brings this
Ahmed
fight to the
Amir
ground.
can do. He's on his back. That's where he wanted to be. Again, Boogie's gone with some of the best. So I expect him to be able to submit Ahmed Amir, but again, we never know.
No, we absolutely do not. As you can see him working.
So far, Boogie's just playing it safe, just relaxing.
What a chill individual. You know, we've had a chance to kind of talk with Boogie over the last few days, and I know you know him very, very well. And Amir's up. Nice scramble there, and then Amir gets up.
Man, Ahmed Amir, you know, Egyptian boxing champion, so we're going to see what he has in the stand-up.
Oh, big left hand, and Boogie goes down. That's trouble. Can he recover? And he does. Wow, he ate a big shot there, Shorty.
He ate a big shot, but this is where he wants to be. The only problem is now he's getting punched in the face. But immediately he's going for the omoplata. He's in mission control. I can't see from this angle what he's officially doing. But he's in mission control and looks like he's going for the omoplata.
And he is working that submission. Isolating the arm, and this could be big-time trouble for Ahmed Amir.
Omoplata, here it is. Now he's transitioned to a heel hook.
He's got to hold that foot. He's twisting. The boogeyman looking to claim another victim, Shorty.
So far, Ahmed Amir's fighting very wisely. But Boogie's cranking that thing.
Cranking it. He is committed to that leg, but now he's giving up big-time position.
And Ahmed Amir almost gets a full mount. Boogie's having some work.
He is going to have to move. This is a bad spot for Richie Martinez. He has got to defend, and he's got to spin out of this, Shorty.
Boogie's not defending himself, and the ref might stop the fight.
No, it's very, very close. Boogie's in a bad, bad place, so that's going to be it. Ahmed Amir pounds him out. And Boogie Martinez was so close, but Ahmed Amir just had too much talent on the top. Richie Martinez is going to have to work on that defense.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for another exciting Brave Combat Federation fight. Your referee calls a stoppage. TKO to the strikes at 2 minutes and 15 seconds of the very first round. Give it up for the butcher, Ahmed Amir.
The name because he's a good boxer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for our co-main event of the evening. Our first warrior in tonight's fight, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 178 centimeters tall, kicking and weighs 79.7 ready kilograms. He's 24 years old, fighting out of Pakistan, Russia, with a record of 6 wins, 1 loss. Put your hands together for Ghazi Musa, Deadshot Ghazi. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 188 centimeters tall and weighing in at a ready 79.6 kilograms. He's 25 years old and hails from Sao Paulo, Brazil. He's got a record of 8 wins, no losses, and none of these victories have gone past the second round. Put your hands together for Thiago Monstro Vieira. Referee Scott Manhart with fighter instructions.
The Los gets us ready. Scott Manhart will be conducting the business inside of that cage. And this is a big one. Monstro and Deadshot in our co-main event. And here we go. Both fighters coming in at 80 kilos.
Nice
A lot of
counter left.
power.
Thiago's opening up these leg kicks, but Ghazi Musa immediately countered with the left.
Ooh,
and now
here
with the
comes
big
Gaziev.
overhand right. Again, it's showing his Dagestani boxing.
You're absolutely right. Vieira very, very nasty with his hands as well. If we get a stand-up war, this could be very entertaining. Both men have stopping power.
And Ghazi Musa's fast with those hands. He's going low, high. Again, he's transitioning as well.
Really pushing the pressure here. Coming out here, very aggressive. Now here comes Vieira.
Nice
Goes to the body.
Shot. Now the thing with this fight with Ghazi Musa, we're going to see how well conditioned he's going to be on a last-minute notice.
Yeah, that was one of the questions I asked him at the weigh-in, and he almost acted insulted by it. He's like, I'm always ready, so there you go. And quickly, Vieira gets to his feet after a nice takedown by Gaziev. Scott Manhart watching to make sure nobody's grabbing on to the side of the cage. Want to thank everybody that is tuning in here worldwide on bravefights.com. Absolutely free for our first event. Right down the middle, beautiful combination by Vieira. Monstro showing those hands.
Gaji Musa throwing a little too much power right now and end up being flat-footed.
Leaving himself wide open.
And we'll see if Thiago counters that.
Thiago Vieira only 25 years old. Gaziev only 24. So these guys similar in age. Really both just skyrocketing up the ranks right now, and a win for each one of them. Vieira getting a win over a top Russian fighter like Gaziev is a big, big feather in his cap. And to beat an undefeated Vieira would be the biggest win in Gaziev's career. Oh, and that was
really
a nasty
opening up.
shot.
Oh,
Oh, there goes
drops him.
Vieira. And goodbye,
It's all
undefeated
over.
streak. It's all over. Gaziev ends it and slays the Monstro.
And it's exactly what I talked about. People do not expect this boxing. And if you doubt him, that's what's going to happen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible fight. These two warriors go at it in our co-main event. Referee Scott Manhart calls the fight TKO due to strikes at 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the very first round. Give it up for Gazi Musa. Dead shot, Gazi!
I believe we did get. I believe we got a choke, but I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to.
We got one submission. You're
Yeah,
right.
we got one submission, but incredible. Let's go up to Carlos Kramer to get the main event started.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the fight you've been waiting for. This is the historic Brave Combat Federation main event of the evening. This bout is sponsored by Power Up Magazine. Let's welcome our first fighter into the cage. He is fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 170 centimeters tall. He weighed in at a ready 69.8 kilograms. He's 21 years old, fighting out of Jordan with a record of 5 wins and 1 loss. Put your hands together for Abdul Kareem Al-Sawadi. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 177 centimeters tall. He weighed in at a ready 70.5 kilograms. He's 25 years old and fighting out of Iraq. He's got a record of 8 wins, 3 losses. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Rami, the Raminator Aziz. The referee will give the fighter instructions.
Stop only when stop. If you want to touch gloves, touch it now.
And the instructions by Mikhail Mihailanov, and we have 3 5-minute rounds here, main event in the lightweight division. This is a big one. Rami Aziz taking out Abdul Kareem Al-Sawadi. 2 men that have been champions where they've gone. Incredible competitors doing war in the cage here at Brave Combat Federation. And here we go. In the neon green is Al-Sawadi. In the black with the orange trim, Rami Aziz.
He has that karate side stance, but it leaves himself open for those outside leg kicks.
Right out of the gate, that's what we're seeing. Big shot. And Aziz gets out of trouble.
And they're both smiling. They want to
but he
finish
ate
each
a big
other.
one there and now to the ground. Does Rami Aziz want it down there, though? We talked about that. He likes to bring it to the ground, getting that butterfly guard in.
And overall controlling that arm, so we're going to see what he tries to do.
Al-Sawadi not afraid to get in deep with Ramy Aziz.
His main goal to be get that arm out, and then you can work on ground and pound or trying to pass. But right now, Ramy's controlling that arm.
Both these men hungry for victory and to get the opportunity to be in the main event. Both were very excited that their fight got pushed up to the main event of this historic card, and they'll go down in the history books as the first main event of Brave Combat Federation.
It's been a long night.
I got that one.
It's been a long night.
Cat got my tongue.
So Al-Sawadi keeps on trying to pass. He's trying to hop over. He's trying to do the technical things. But Ramy Aziz, again, he's comfortable on his back. This is where he likes to be. He's not letting them at all pass his guard, and now he's trying to work for a submission here.
Al-Sawadi continuing to try to work the transitions here. Keeping that top game and scoring points. Although not a whole lot of action here, and the referee's watching very closely, and it appears that it's kind of a stall.
Now we transition to half guard, and again, Al-Sawadi so far is doing a good job playing it smart and keeping the pressure on, not giving Aziz any space and any room to work on a submission.
And the referee doesn't seem to be in any sort of hurry to stand this fight up, so Ramy Aziz is going to have to work and either try to get up or try to work the submission game.
I mean, he's moving around, he's throwing punches here and there, and he's doing the smart thing. He's doing just enough to keep the fight on the ground.
The fans have been treated to so many great finishes tonight, and now it's the main event, and that's what they want to see. So they're starting to get a little bit restless here in Bahrain. But everybody is sticking around here for the main event. Nearly a full house here at the Khalifa Sports City. And
I feel like all of Bahrain is here.
Yeah, I know, right? Not a very big place.
Never seen so many people in one area before in Bahrain.
And there we go into side control now. Is Al-Sawadi now. Great transitions here by Abdul Karim Al-Sawadi. Feels that he can take this fight on the ground with Aziz. Two men that are very accomplished on the ground.
And he's overall
What's he
showing
working
that he
toward
can.
here?
Once the camera angle, there it goes. So right now he's inside mount, just relaxing. I believe he's trying to get a top crucifix. He keeps on grabbing that hand and he keeps on trying to push it down. And immediately he does.
And he's got the crucifix. Now it's going to be a punish job, but Aziz gets the arm out. Oh, and now he's going to go for the back. Ramy Aziz.
Ramy tried to roll, tried to go for a knee bar. You see, he's still trying to hook the leg. That's exactly what he's going for.
Al-Sawadi, Ramy Aziz, two elite fighters here in our main event. Got to watch the back of the head there. And Sawadi smothering once again, now in full mount. Now takes the back with two hooks in. This is trouble.
Extends him, he gets a choke, and he taps him out.
Just like that. Didn't put up any sort of a fight. He was done. What a win for Al-Sawadi. Look at the emotion on that young man.
We have a winner by tap out rear naked choke at 4 minutes 30 seconds of the